Bay, and we'll begin, Frank, at the first with a par 4.
496 yards. Obviously, that'll stretch anybody out there. That bunker down the right is very much in play. The fairway does narrow out, too, just short of that. So this really is going to require one of your best tee shots. Semi-blind second shot, a relatively big green.
Nothing to argue about there, right in the fairway. Now the approach here at hole number 1, and Frank, what are we looking at?
Well, semi-blind, but it's fine. You know, just a little peek and you can see what's in front of you. Really no bunkers down the left side. If you do miss down there, a little chip back up the hill, but it's a big enough green.
That is classy.
I have a chance of going in.
This would be a huge momentum swing. This one's for birdie. 1 under early in the round. Now at the second and a medium length par 4, Frank.
Yeah, a slight dogleg to the left, rather long, skinny green here, well bunkered all the way down the left side. Really anything down the right and the natural contours of the land should kick that ball a little to the left. Beautiful swing, and the result is every bit as good.
And that's going to stay on the fairway here at the second hole. Frank, what's the best way to access the hole location on this second shot here at the second hole at Chambers Bay?
Well, Rich, it's really set up with a drive. If you can drive it down the right side, you get a better view. Plus, you can avoid that ridge that's in the middle of the green on the left side. If you're coming in from the left side, that bunker on the right, now you realize why they put that there, because when you've got a skirt to the right of that ridge, that second shot becomes a little more difficult.
At the third tee now, Frank, and what are we staring at here?
This green is anything other than symmetrical, so be very, very cautious on where the flag is. Anything in the middle of the green you can putt to the corners, well, if you can call them corners, more like ragtails, but beautiful par 3. There's a big green, and they're going to use every inch of it.
Terrific golf shot, and now that for an easy birdie. Frank, this would jumpstart the round. A third straight birdie.
Some good playing.
Well done. Another birdie, and now 3 under par. Frank, here on the fourth tee, you get a good look, don't you, at what Chambers Bay really is all about.
It's framed beautifully, Rich, by the bunkers there, left, short, off the tee, plus the ones down the right side. You can see everything in front of you, but the hole does bend to the right. This is another one where you've got a generous fairway, but don't be fooled by that. It's fairway first.
Tough par 4 measuring 495 yards. Just an ideal lie, Frank. What can he do from here?
Well, if he takes advantage of the tee shot now and goes at this flag, then he'll certainly gain on the field.
On the green, and a chance for birdie. Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. So to 4 under with a second straight birdie. Well, Frank, here at the fifth, and I'm not sure about my chances at a hole that's called free fall. I mean, are you kidding?
Well, should be free fall for you, that's for sure, and free fall for a lot of people playing it today. Hole looks straight away, but you'll see it starts to pinch in, that fairway, that is, by bunkers left and right. And those bunkers come in exactly where you're trying to hit your tee shot.
This is some drive. I'm reminded of the old Phillies baseball announcer, Harry Callis, who used to say, "That ball is out of here." Oh, just a superb shot.
You're not going to see much better than that all day today. I've heard of being on the zone, but this is he's just making it look so easy.
Just sensational golf. I mean, he is knocking down every flagstick right now. What a performance. Frank, now at the 6th, this appears to be a testing par 4 long one.
It is, but once again, a generous fairway. Just use those mounds down the left as an indicator on your line. Hole bends a little bit to the right. Good tee shot, though, and everything is in front of you. You know, this is not heading in the right direction.
It looks like it's going to be in the rough. Not the best shot, this one in the rough, but still will have a play from there. He'll need to be strong with this. Well, that's what separates the good players from the great players. The ability to get it that close from that kind of lie.
No, it can't be. 6 in a row?
This would be 6 in a row. Count it as 6 birdies for the day. Frank, this is a daunting challenge. The 7th hole, long par 4. It's over 500 yards.
A huge bunker down the right side that probably runs for a good 200-300 yards. Obviously, that's to be avoided. And then, of course, there's the mounds and the hummocks and the dunes and that on the left side. That's the reason, really, why this hole's called Humpback. But then, a little bit like the golf course, there's only one greenside bunker to be worried about, but enough green left of that.
This has really been an airtight performance to this point, just flawless. That one is bunker bound, it looks like. Not quite what he wanted. Tee shot is in the bunker. Well, we've got about 135 yards left. And to generate some momentum here at the 7th hole, this for birdie. This one just requires a little bit of focus. Well, you're not going to make that putt all the time, but you'd like to at least get it to the hole.
If he keeps putting like that, he's going to be an announcer in no time.
Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Now to the 8th and a long par 5, Frank.
Fortunately, there's no bunkers, just the dunes either side. The hole looks a little narrow off the tee, but get down there, you're going to realize that's a fairly generous fairway. There's a little bit of mounding in this green, too, that actually slopes it back towards the player. So use that to your advantage.
Good tee shot right in the fairway and plenty long. Playing his second shot here at the par 5. Seems to like it. Headed for the fat part of the green. That was just a gutsy shot right there, and a good look at eagle coming up.
It's at sneaky distance. You want to know the difference between good scores and average scores? That.
Right there. Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either. Rolling the rock, Frank.
Oh, and yet another birdie, Rich. Beautiful stroke.
Really good mix of holes here at Chambers Bay, and Frank, we finished this front side with a par 3 after just having come off that long par 5.
And it's a beauty, too. The tee is some 100 feet up in the air, so you get a great view of this magnificent golf course, and you realize why it's called a true links. This green here, though, it looks rather daunting, well bunkered on the right side, but you can see enough of it. And once again, links, use the bounce, and you can still kick one in there close.
This is just a superb performance. Great round to this point, Frank, and you can really see that reflected in his mood today.
Yeah, it just looks too easy. Swinging the club beautifully. Ball's going exactly where he wants it to. He's not trying to take too many risks. So consequently, he's getting birdie opportunity after birdie opportunity.
Can't hide the flagstick from that man. Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. We're all right. Now we're on a little bit of a run. 2 straight birdies. Frank, what's the player looking at on the 10th here at Chambers Bay?
Well, normally at a par 4, you're just thinking blaze away, but this is one of the few holes, really, I think you've got to be careful on what club you hit off the tee. It starts to narrow up. You really want to avoid those 2 short bunkers that come in around the 300-yard mark. And that really sets yourself up with a nice sort of wedge. That's really the right way to play it. You don't have to take the trouble on in front here.
Frank, that ball's sitting up like it's on plush carpeting.
Rich, if you and I had lies like that every time, we'd still be playing this game for a living. This looks like it's going to find the target.
That's a beautiful shot, and that sets him up for a really easy putt. Frank, 2 is nice, but
3 is even better.
You may have lost track at home, but we're keeping count. That is 9 under for the day. Well, here we are at the 11th. Frank, this is a brutally long par 4.
And a little bit blind, too. There's that big dune in the middle of the fairway, and it's sort of a bit daunting. You're not quite sure what's behind that. Well, what is behind that is actually fairway. And just carry it over there. That'll certainly shorten the hole up. And then from there, it's a little bit of a dogleg to the right.
Golf